everyone, it's your girl Callie.
It's your girl Serena.
And you already know what it is. It's For Your My Future. What is it called? For My Future. For My Future Self.
For My Future Self.
For your
podcast.
For Your My Future. Whatever you want. I said it in a weird order. For My Future Self. It's hot today, girl.
We got our fans.
Our fans. Today. If you can't see us, we're kind of using
our number one fans. If you're in the Sacramento region,
you already know. You know the deal right now.
You know the vibes.
You already know the deal. So how are you, girl? What's up? I haven't seen you in a minute.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't even know what to tell you. Like, I've just been working.
Same,
you know what I hate?
What?
Like, every time, I think we talked about this, but just like, every time someone asks me how I'm doing, I'll be like, working.
Working.
Is that all we do, guys?
Is that who I am?
I mean, I've been reading.
That's good.
I've been reading.
I've been meaning to get into some books. Like, what kind of books do you like to read?
I want to be better about reading like fictional books because I did read one like last year, and it was I liked it because it was just reading like fictional. But I typically go for the self-help, because I'm reading one right now. It's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Ooh, I've heard of that.
Hard to like. It's an old book, so like I have to sometimes reread some stuff, but yeah.
I think I haven't read a book in a minute, just to be real, but I'm really into like magic and like Harry Potter. That's
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Stop
Stop
there. Harry Potter is my shit.
But I'm just Harry. I love
Hermione Granger.
Yeah, so I love stuff like that along those lines. I grew up reading books like Magic Tree House and like
same.
And like all that type of jazz. So like I'm really much into adventure books and like magic. But my cousin, she recommended this book to me, or it's like a series. It's called Twisted, and it's like kind of like one of those love stories that every couple is intertwined somehow in the story, but it's like different love stories, but all of them are connected and like
I love me a love story.
Yeah, I really want to get into that. It's called Twisted.
Okay, I might look into that because I'm getting, self-help books can get a little like too much. Like you're just like, okay, I heard everything. Now
I get it.
It's like you read it, but are you really doing it? So yeah,
those books are cool. I have never had the urge to pick up a book like that.
Oh, I have so many, so don't even go buy one because
okay,
I have so
I'll just go over.
Okay.
Serena's library.
Yeah, but how are you doing? Because I walked in here. Well, Callie was like already kind of telling me like she's still going through some stuff.
I already know.
And that's okay. That's why we're here. And I don't know if you guys can relate, but just like you can tell someone's energy, you can feel people's energy, and I can definitely feel Callie's energy. Still a nice energy to be around, but I could just tell you're a little lower today. Same here though, I'm a little tired, but
yeah, I feel like some people don't believe in that, like a shift in energy. Like I can feel it like that. Like even if if I know somebody, if you're a friend or a loved one, like I know when something is off. And then when you ask them, like, dude, what's up? They're like, I'm cool, I'm good, everything's good. But that's just a normal response because for me, I feel like I don't like laying it on thick for a lot of people. Like I don't like letting everyone know what I'm personally going through because I'm just that type of person to be like, it's my problem. I don't really want to share it. But sometimes it's good to talk. It's good to speak it out, and it makes you feel better. I'm learning how to do that more often, and I think this podcast is really helping me open up to that. Exactly. It's a really good form of like just releasing, a good form of therapy and like support. But when it comes to what I'm going through, I think you can relate to this. I think I talked about this a long time ago, and it's just a constant struggle wherein like finances aren't always there. And that's just been number one with me right now. That's been like stressing me out. And that's just facts. Like I'm just being real with you guys. Like it's been a hard year. Like 2023 has been a good year. There's been a lot of opportunity. You said it's been like on the bright side, it's been a really good year, really good opportunity.
Exactly.
Like there's a lot of positive things happening, but at the same time it's just also not turning into, but it's slowly growing into like a very stressful time. And it's nobody's fault. It's just the way it's just the way it's unfolding. And in my business, I've just been extremely slow, and it's really discouraging. It's honestly like really discouraging, and it's frustrating because like, bro, like what am I even, this is my mind process, like, bro, what are you even doing? Like, why did you sacrifice everything to do this, to be in this place, and like it's not getting you anywhere, like right now, like where is the dollar signs, like where's the check, like you're not seeing it, you're putting in all this work for what, like literally you're wasting your time. That's my mindset right now. Obviously I know deep down in the back of my head, the back of my heart, I know my goal, and I already know, we already talked about this, I already know what I want to do, and I know what I have to do to get there. It's just right now I'm in a really weird headspace, and a lot of exterior factors other than my business aren't really helping. You know what I'm saying? When it just piles on, and it's just adding on to this like heavy bucket, and
it's like when can you breathe?
It's getting really heavy, and like I'm just ready to let everything like freaking explode and fall out of the bucket, and just it's a mess. And so I feel like everyone can kind of relate on a level of being somewhere. Like, what if you're in a business now and you're struggling? Man, like, because me quitting everything and putting my all into this has been the hardest thing, and for it to not be where I want it to be, and for it to be not producing the fruit, I'm getting like really like discouraged.
It's like an investment, right?
Exactly.
And it's like you want to get that return so fast.
Yeah, like because you put in all this work, and it's like unseen work. It's like no one understands the work that you have, how extra you have to go to be where you are. And I'm not saying I'm going to give up. I'm just saying like that's the
You're
mindset.
Just in that season right now.
I'm in that season. I know I'll never give up. I'm not a quitter, but there's just too many things happening all at once. It's like super overwhelming, and financial hardship and unstableness and uncertainty is not helping like the overall the overall place where I am right now in my life, and like the events happening and like everything unfolding. It's just been a mess. So I'm just being real with you guys. That's why I was really talking to Serena, and I'm just like, bro, I'm so excited to talk. I am so excited for this. I'm so excited to film. And I hope me looking back at this episode, for my future self. I hope looking back at this episode, I hope I can be like, dang, I remember when I felt that way, bro.
Yeah, your future self is gonna be.
I remember why you felt that way. Yeah. And I hope you're good, girl. And I know I'll be good. We talked about this. But it's just when you invest in like being an entrepreneur, and you know that you get hit with the harsh reality that it's not gonna be all dollar signs all the time. You need money to make money. And so slowly I'm realizing, okay, just because I need help, or just because I feel like I need to find another stream of income, doesn't mean I'm gonna fall back on my dreams of being an entrepreneur. It doesn't mean I'm any less than I am. Does that make sense? Like, if you are struggling but you need that help, and you need to find other sources, and you need to do other things, let's just say like I'm gonna get another job, or you're gonna find another job other than your passion right now, that's fine, because you need that stability, because you just need that. You need to make money. You need to have money to make money. And I need to constantly tell myself that, because I have a hard, strong, high pride. I have a high pride, and it's hard for me to actually like say that out loud. Yeah. And so when I realized that myself, like, bro, you're struggling. I hate admitting that. I hate admitting that, because like I said before, like I grew up knowing, and it was instilled in me, like, you have to provide for yourself. Like, you have to be good at everything. Like, I put, like, all this pressure, of course, my parents, whatever. But, like, it's just that constant pressure on myself, knowing, like, you got it like that. You can work for it. You can provide for it. You can pay for it. But now knowing that I can't, it's the lowest, it's, like, the biggest slap in the face ever. And I'm just like, well, now a way to fix where I am is just to keep it pushing, work hard, try to find other other means of livelihood that or streams that can help me out in the meantime, because I know this is just temporary. Like,
Exactly.
it's not the end all be all of my business. And you've been there, dude. Like,
girl,
it's been hard, bro. It's literally, no one, I feel like a lot of people don't understand it, but yeah, that's just where I am right now, and I just have to not let my, not failures, I don't want to say failure, but in the moment, it does feel like a failure.
I totally understand.
I shouldn't let my failures in my business define my business and define all my sacrifice and define, like, the whole experience, because I was just in a, I was in a low, I mean, right now I'm feeling a little better because we're doing this, and I'm finding other perspectives and, like, trying to find a way to not fix, but make myself feel better. But yeah, I was in a dark place, girl. And it's not even a lot of time has passed. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I just want to say thank you for sharing that. Because I know it takes a lot to admit stuff like that. Even doing one of the first few podcast episodes we did about business, even saying how the struggle of this kind of stuff, watching back, part of me was like, damn, like, should I even have said that?
Right.
That's something I should have shared with the world. But I forget we made this podcast to, for ourselves, so that our future selves can look back, and for others to kind of relate. And, we're finding that a lot of people are resonating with what we say, and we love that. And at the end of the day, we said it because we felt it was right to say at the time, and we felt like we wanted to release that. Now, I 100% know the feeling that you're in. 100. I don't even, like, what you're saying is things that go in my head, like exactly what my thoughts are. And if anything, what I've learned, and this is not just for business, but in life, in your 20s, you have to pivot. You have to pivot and be okay with the pivot, because you're not just going to be this straight line of life. You're not going to be this straight line on your journey. You're going to have to make those changes. And we are fortunate to be able to reassess.
Yes.
And have the opportunity to make these type of decisions in our lives, okay? Remember this too, that we are blessed that we're given this opportunity to have a business and even have this ability to work for ourselves. And yes, I get it. Trust me, I've wanted to maybe, like, get another job, like God. And that made me feel bad. Like, I didn't like that either, because it's like, I worked so hard for this, and I can't even, make this thing work. But you just gotta realize that life is just gonna throw you shit. Like, inflation, okay? Like, I'm telling you, it's not your fault.
Right.
And of course, there's a lot of work that can be done. You can put in more work anytime.
No, yeah.
But don't put that pressure on yourself. You're not a bum. You're not doing nothing. You're not sitting on your ass, I'm pretty sure. And there's just some people that are comfortable putting in 110% every single day. Maybe that's just not us, or, like, everyone's not going to be 100% every day, and you cannot be hard on yourself. And no, trust me, I get it. I think it's just like you have to analyze. Like, I've been doing, like, these weekly or monthly reflections of, like, the past, right? Like, weekly reflections of the past week, and then monthly reflections of the past month. And then I kind of look at, okay, what are the things I need to take out of my life right now? What are the things that I need to change? Because that's what it is, being a business owner, is you have to be okay and get used to change. You can't expect a business to just run smoothly, because the exterior factors of your life and of business are gonna change. It's inevitable. I literally listened to a podcast about real estate, and, like, having a real estate business. It's like, you have to adapt. You have to really adapt. And I do not want you to feel bad that you have to maybe find another source. Yeah. Because what else are you going to do? Yeah. The boss thing to do is to make the changes that will give you what you need.
Exactly.
The non-boss thing to do is just to let shit happen. Yeah. And, like, yes, of course, let's sulk in our feelings. Right. And understand them, and, like, feel sad if we have to feel sad.
Yeah, but don't just, like, not do anything.
You're being resourceful. Yeah. And that's something that you just have to do, because you want to eat. Like,
you gotta eat, bro.
And I think our pride does get in the way, because maybe we have experienced a lifestyle and we don't want to let go of it. But that's life. Things could happen. happen. Like, knock on wood, but things could happen, and literally maybe real estate is going to be taken over by robots, or you know, like anything can happen, you know, and it's just a pivot situation.
Yeah. Life is lifing. It's definitely
life is lifing.
Life is lifing, and yeah, you're right. Like, you can't really control a lot of these things. Are out of my control, but I'm treating it. I feel like a lot of us do this. I'm treating it as if it was my exact decision.
Like, you did this.
I put myself in this position,
and you did. And the fact that you wanted this route in life,
exactly, it's my choice. But
but that doesn't mean this is like the wrong choice.
No,
you don't feel that, right? Like,
no,
so
not at all.
Yeah,
but you do have those moments.
Yeah,
you do. I cannot lie and say I have never said that to myself. Yes, I've said that to myself.
But we only say that because it's tough.
It's tough.
But when it's going all good, like, we're like, oh, I love my job. Trust me, girl. Like,
yeah.
So we can't base. I feel like we base off our happiness is if our business is doing so good.
I can't be doing that all the time.
Yeah, no one should.
So draining, bro.
It is. Like, you can't base your happiness off of, oh, I'm making this much money or whatever. And it's hard because, you know, money is money.
Money. But, and even if you are working a 9 to 5, even if you are working a staple job and you feel like, you know, the same in a sense, like, you're good. Like, if you need to find something else to help you, that doesn't mean you're not a hard worker.
And you know what? There's like finances, right? It's a touchy subject for almost everybody. It's kind of like taboo, like no one wants to talk about it. But I like that there's more podcasts out there kind of like diving into finances. And no, I'm not going to dive into finances, but I just, through listening to a lot of people's stories, it's like no matter what, everyone's going through something. Like, yeah, financial stability is the goal, but don't ever compare yourself, right? Because sometimes we look at the stable income earners, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know how much debt they have.
Exactly.
We don't know how much student loans they have.
Yeah, we don't know their life or their
problems. There's like certain things that we don't get to experience that's hard, that's for other people, and vice versa.
No, yeah, I agree. And like, I definitely don't regret making the jump and making this decision to start my own business. And it's not easy, but at the same time, like, I don't see myself doing anything else. So like you said, like, I made the choice. It's a blessing. Yeah. I never take anything for granted. Like, I know how to count on my blessings. It's just sometimes when the dark gets dark, you're just in the darkness. I don't know what I just said, but yeah, I'm glad. Thank you for listening.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
I mean, what's something that are you having a hard time kind of like juggling right now, or?
I think it's just, I'm okay when it comes to like schedule and like all that stuff, and like balancing like schedule and life. It's just the paycheck, bro. It's just not where it needs to be, and it's no one's fault. And I've even talked to other lash techs too, like my friends, and they're slow. Like, we're not the only. Like, I am not the only one. Like, they are slow.
Everyone's business. I mean, it's inflation, economy, people. Like, the people that buy lashes, right? Like me, for example, I just stopped because sometimes you have to like budget out things.
Exactly.
And lashes are just one of those things that some girls might have to, or men might have to sacrifice getting, which I understand. It's the economy right now, but the economy goes up and down. So we just gotta go. Every business owner goes through the waves. This is one of the slow times, and if you can get through this, then you can withstand any other type of economic, height. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's what I'm going through currently. But I'm cool, y'all. Like, don't worry about me.
She's still fierce.
I'm still cool.
She's still doing her thing.
I'm still doing my thing. I'm not going to stop. Never has anything like this hindered me from wanting to do it. Like, it's never stopped me. So that's good. Then I think that just goes to show, if that happens to you, like, you're meant for it. And you're here for a reason. So, yeah, I'm cool. I'm good. If anyone out there knows me, they're like, oh my God, Callie, what do you need? What do you need? I'll sell my hair. No, everything is fine. Everything is fine, you guys. Don't worry. But how are you doing?
How am I doing?
Yeah.
God. How am I doing?
I don't know. How are you doing?
I feel like I've just been like, I wouldn't even have time to think. Actually, no, I think I've been journaling more, so I've been writing and reflecting about how I'm feeling lately, which is ironic because I can't even answer the damn question.
Yeah,
but
okay.
again, I've been working and getting a hold of finding the balance of things and being smarter with how I work and like even finances, just like being a little picky on what I put my money on and things like that. It's just a whole learning process and trying to figure out how to balance everything and making sure that I'm making all the right moves. And then I almost start to overthink it a little bit, so I'm just working on that. But on a bright note, I feel like what's been making me feel good is just being around friends or like family and just getting a little more interaction, because it's always just me running and my clients that I get to see, and then like Raymond, which I love, but like getting to spend time outside of work and like even just going out to get a bite, or like today I'm going to the fair. Like, why am I going to the fair? It's so freaking hot.
Because Ashanti. We love Ashanti.
But, yeah, I think I know that's going to make me feel good. And honestly, another thing that I've been working on, and sorry, Raymond, because sometimes I still be picking up my phone. But I'm intentionally, I know, okay? I'm just being more aware of not going on my damn phone when I should not be.
That's good.
Because I realized just like mindlessly scrolling is not it. And I kind of have to think in my mind. Like, I put a timer too on like my social media usage to like an hour tops a day. Because before, God, it's ungodly. Like how
you seen how many
time
hours
I would spend.
Sheesh.
So it's being more intentional about that and just telling yourself that instead of going on your phone, just think about what else can you be doing to be living right now. Because we are living life, and if you think about living life, does that really entail like
you being on your phone,
looking at other people's lives, looking at like other things?
Yo, I've wasted
social media
so
is
much
a great
hours.
Social media is a great tool.
It is,
and I get a lot of good inspo, a lot of great funny content on there. But you know, making more intention to like. Let's talk about before phones.
No, yeah, that's a good topic.
That's a big one. Yeah, so I went to a random Maroon 5 performance for a Remax event.
Ooh.
And for the last song, this really made me think too, because for the last song, it was Sunday Morning, so everyone loves African songs.
Yeah.
But then he was like, for this song, I know it's going to be hard, but I want the whole audience to put their phone down and not record this one song. Like, can you please do that for me? Obviously, some people freaking did. But then, like, just the thought of, like, damn, people back then.
They just be listening to
They just be vibing and listening.
They just be, like,
they didn't need a
listening.
And you know what? I don't even, like, when everyone's embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but, like, I'm guilty of it. But just, like, do you really need to put it on the story?
Yeah,
I think for business-wise, I have to. Like, sometimes I feel like I have to, like, constantly be active. I get it, like, that part. But then there's just some times where, you know, give yourself some time to just not.
Breathe. Yeah,
like,
be.
Because it's like, I've taken videos of concerts, and it's like, I'm not watching this shit back. Like,
yeah, I want to be there.
Like, answer this question.
Yeah.
Why do we record things? I don't think it's a bad thing. I just want to get to the purpose.
I think I have one idea.
Okay.
I think we live in a generation of, or not a generation, we just live in a world where people like to keep things or like hold on to things and think that they won't remember it or think that they won't like be able to revisit that memory. So like what social media is telling us, or like even technology advancing, like what it's teaching us, like, oh, you can use all these tools to help you cater to like keeping all those memories, keeping all those moments in a place, and like holding on to it and kind of hoarding it, and like you said, you're not going to run it back and watch it, but maybe you will one of these days.
Depends what it is. Yeah.
But like when it comes to going to like a big concert and listening to like someone like pour out their soul to you, you're either a really big fan of it and you want to capture it, but like you are capturing it, but now you're living through like.
But if you're just, I think it's more of like habit now. Like,
it's habit.
Just,
like, oh shoot, like oh my god,
on my stories, so people know that I'm here.
Yeah, like I think it's just a matter of people are afraid that they won't they won't have it, like that memory anymore. I think it's just because of technology too.
Because I do look back at my archives on Instagram and see myself like 5 years ago, and I'm like, oh shit, like dang, that was a cool memory. So yeah, I get that part of it.
I get it. But we also had cameras back then, and we have photo albums, so like.
And it's the part where like, I don't know. I think there's something in a lot of people's brains that like say like, I need to put it like everyone needs to see that I'm here. Yeah. I need to show it, and I don't think. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying like that's a bad thing. Yeah. You're horrible if you do or whatever. No. But it's just interesting to me how nowadays like we feel like we have to or should pull out the camera during certain events or like show our food or like just random things. I get like sharing things is like fun for us too, but like just those little things. I don't know. I just feel like it's so normal. Is what I'm saying to kind of like pull out the camera.
That's why.
But I admire the people that don't have social media and like don't need to do all that.
That's why like the older generations are like, oh my gosh, like this generation is so weird. I'm like, yeah, we are. We are. It's weird.
And we're 97 babies.
I'm 96. Huh? She said, huh?
Are you born in December?
Yes.
No wonder.
That's why I'm in your class.
December
too. Yeah, same exact birthday.
I was like, huh?
She's like, huh?
So you're turning 27.
Girl, yes.
Oh my god. Yes. Anyway, okay, I was just gonna say if you were born in 97 like me, it says that I'm still part of freaking Gen Z. Let me see.
Oh, you're in the Gen Zs?
Hold on. I do not want to associate, but let's go see. Gen Z is, hold on, no. Age range.
Okay, here we go.
9 and 20, wait. Oh.
9 and 24.
I swear I read something where it said 1997 was like the cutoff. So, born between 1997 and
2012. Ooh.
Wait. God. Yeah, I'm the first year. But I feel like I'm a millennial. Actually, I'm a little bit of both.
You grew up with that side. You grew up with that generation.
I just wanted what I really wanted to get at was that I appreciate our generation because we got to experience no phones and phones.
Yeah, so we did.
We got to enjoy the life without it, but then we're also kind of advanced and we know how to use the technology now.
We're in that gray area.
We came into that area with the
we came into the area with the area.
With the freaking like internet
that's
and like the slow
true.
Internet and all that.
Dial-up. Yeah.
Y'all heard about LimeWire? Did you do that? That was my hobby, bro.
He said,
like, I would, on summer break, I think that's when I would do it. I'm a 12-year-old girl.
Right. Downloading Chris Brown
LimeWire,
songs.
Illegal, like, trying to find the right. Sometimes they'd be hella, like.
Yeah, the quality's bad.
Yeah. Or there'd be someone talking in the background.
Yeah, me and my family
would be burning CDs.
We would, okay, don't tell nobody, y'all. This is out in the universe, but we would go to, like, Hollywood Video and Blockbuster. And, we'll just burn the
Ooh, I didn't do all that.
We would, like, so we can keep it for ourselves, because why are we paying?
Oh my god.
And then so you can just have the video. Okay, don't tell nobody. Anyways.
No, that's so funny. I miss that though.
Yeah.
And then when iPod,
like the little nano,
I had the one with the screen.
Yeah.
So when that happened, obviously I didn't buy music.
Yeah.
So I would do the whole downloading thing, and then I wanted there to be the artwork of the album, so I would go on Google and fucking download all the album covers so that it could.
Wow.
That's a lot of work.
Y'all don't know what that is about, huh? Y'all don't know.
That was so fun.
That was fun. I remember my very first. I didn't get like the app, like the what is it called? The iPod. What is it? The skinny one called?
Nano.
The Nano
is
the square one.
iPod. I forgot.
But anyways, we get the skinny one. But the first thing I had was actually just like a small MP3 player. It was like the size of like, it was like really tiny, like this big. Yeah. And it had a mini screen on it where it showed videos. I'm just I was like, this shit is so high tech. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I can carry this in my pocket.
We had the freaking like earphones that connected.
I remember
CD
when
players.
I was really young. It's when Charlie's Angels #1 came out with Cameron Diaz, like Lucy Liu, that movie, and Destiny's Child came out with Independent, like that song, and I remember getting like this really small MP3 like player, and it was like a box, and it only played that song, like the demo of it, and I remember playing it over and over again in my head, thinking like, oh my god, this is so high tech, like this is crazy.
And you would listen to that shit over and over
again.
There were CDs that did that. Yeah, so I remember playing CDs.
Yeah,
and it would just be a single.
Yeah.
And so it would just have the single over and over. And the very last song would be like an electronic remix of the song. I miss that. Oh my god.
Dude, I have a story about music. Okay, we both went to the same high school, so let me just paint you a picture if you're not watching. So we had a really good art department, and in the art room, shout out to Miss George, she was the art teacher.
I don't even know
so she had like a stereo in a corner, and she had a whole like rack of CDs that students would bring over, but would like keep there, so that we can like search through all the CDs. And so growing up, like my favorite artist was Lauryn Hill, and I found Lauryn Hill's Miseducation album, and I played that shit over and over again. I was always on the CD, and like I was always the one to play music in that class. And they're like, Callie, what's that CD again? What's that Lauryn Hill song? I'm just like, oh, you guys want me to play it? I'll play it for you. And so it was just a really cool time. Like, I don't know. Like, I love CDs.
I know. I don't want to hate on, like, time now, because obviously look at all the resources we have.
Oh, yeah. It's very resourceful.
But I feel like, let's talk about, like, the pros and cons of living in today's society compared to what it was, and the pros and cons of, like, before society.
Okay, here. Let's start with cons.
Yeah.
Of, like, living society. Now.
Attention span. Nowhere.
Attention span.
Unheard of.
They don't know how to play. No imagination. I mean, there's imagination,
there
but like,
could be, but
like for the younger generations, like I see a lot of babies with iPads, and it's like when I was a baby, I could barely learn how to use the remote control on the TV. Attention spans. I feel like creativity has you always have to be stimulated. Creativity is taking a hit
because people just copy
a big hit.
People just like take other people's things and spin it.
Oh,
thank you.
You're welcome. God. And then what's another con? I just feel like a lot of life has been like based off of social media. Like it's a job now, or it's like it's everything to these kids. Like these kids dress different now. They have style because they have access to like these things.
Face.
That's not fair. They have access to like YouTube, so they can learn how to do makeup. They have access to TikTok. I just feel like a big con to technology now, or just the generation now, there's no presence, and it's the lack of like substance. It's just a constant, everything is going 1,000 miles an hour, and there's so much information.
Everything's rushed.
It's fast.
It's like no one even watches tutorials on YouTube anymore, because TikTok just makes it even quicker to
it's
obtain this knowledge.
Exactly.
Why do we feel so rushed to have to learn things?
I feel like blood pressure.
I feel like even just like sitting down and reading an instruction manual or how to do something is already hard for me to
people get impatient. It's
so
like
sad.
Everyone's so impatient now, and like before I feel like
people took the time
just like taking it slow, because that's just the way life was, you know, like no one's rushing you, like you'll get it when you get it. I don't know, technology.
I want to work on that though. Like it's just so, I hate it. And then you feel rushed, and then like the other day my boyfriend caught me because I was like, I don't realize how fast I'm moving.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I broke something the other day because I was kind of just like, well, not gentle.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, okay,
whatever,
going about my day.
Yeah.
And he was just like, be gentle, just slow down. And I was like, God damn.
I think everyone needs to breathe.
What's wrong with me? Anyway, no, yeah, I think stop feeling rushed.
Yeah, a big con is like everything is rushed. There's zero patience, and like there's no sitting in to anything. It's like fast paced, everything all the time, all at once, because that's how social media is.
I think the saddest thing that I've noticed is people will go on their phones when they're in front of other people, like their friends, or that's a sad one, because it's like, what did we do back then when there wasn't any phones? We had no choice but to like
conversate,
do something with the person, or talk to them, or have a conversation. And so I think let's make it a point to kind of like, next time we're around. I mean, yesterday I went out to eat with my friends, and I didn't really touch my phone, so that was nice. But even just being like, I think at like family's house or something, I'll just be sitting on the couch while like someone's over there. I'm like, oh, like we're just too busy, like, and we're just not even doing anything that important. Like sometimes it's work, but sometimes it's more just like, let me entertain myself.
Yeah, it's like a game.
But what are other ways? Comment below or let us know, like, what are other ways that you can refrain from going on your phone as a source of entertainment. Well, yes, of course, we love the content. I love content. I love making content. I like consuming content, all that. But sometimes it might not be too good to, like, spend a lot, because if I were to see, like, my watch history of, like, how many hours in my entire life I've consumed content, girl, that's probably like a year of my life or something. That's so scary to think about.
That's so much time that's passed
on our phone.
I think another thing is just being aware. Like you said, like,
before you pick up the phone, just think about it. What are you doing?
What are you doing? That, not only aware of you actually picking up the phone and, like, doing things on your phone and social media and stuff. It's just awareness of, like, your life and, like, things around you. Like, being more observant. I feel like a lot of kids now are, like, people in our generations aren't as observant, and there's not, and then that's where communication starts lacking. And then, I don't know, I feel like people are very desensitized and numb to a lot of things now, just because all of it is,
everything's out there to consume.
We're all exposed to
back
so
then
many
you're
things.
only exposed to what's around you. Like, the news was there.
Yeah, dude, like, kids now are exposed to so many things. When we were their age, we only saw what we saw on TV and if we were to watch news and like what we heard at school and like hanging out with family. But now kids that are younger, like, they can touch and see so many things now, and like a lot of like dark stuff is getting exposed to them, kids. And like just a lot of bad stuff or things we're not even supposed to know yet. I don't know.
And maybe knowing how to navigate.
There's a lot of access. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I think that's a con to it. It's kind of scary. It's moving too quickly. But the pro is, people are getting more help because technology is better. Like, people
are gaining skills.
Gaining skills
faster.
When it comes to like healthcare and like technology and like helping with disease and like all that stuff is it's like amazing. And things with schools, like kids have like their own laptops now going to school. Like, I remember carrying a fat backpack, bro.
My back was
my backpack.
No, high school. We didn't even have backpacks. We had those long
Who made that a trend?
Purses.
Who made that a trend?
That would be packed with like 3 You see like those, remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Cringe.
Who made that a trend? Because you already know all of us were in a random store trying to find a regular purse.
Like a brown, like long
leather
handle,
tan, and has
with
some
3
fringe.
textbooks. One shoulder was just in pain.
And yeah, it's like you're tilted over. I'm just like, these bags are not even built for school.
Now
like,
I think about it, I'm like, why the
trend?
hell did I not have a damn backpack?
I need me a real backpack for stability of my
We wanted the
spine.
look.
The look. Who made it a trend? I want to know. Because
Wait.
like my bag has never lasted because the strap would break because it's too heavy.
Dress up? I'm sorry, we keep talking about high school, but it's just funny to me because I remember I used to wear like. Remember when girls would wear like pencil skirts to high school, like they were going to a damn business interview?
Yeah, with some like
I wore wedges to school before.
Girl, the times. I just remember having zero style. I mean, what I thought it was stylish. Like, I don't know what was stylish.
No, people thought I was cute.
I thought it was, I would get compliments on my outfits for show. But I'm just like looking back at these photos, I'm like, wearing?
Yeah.
What am I wearing? Especially in elementary school when we didn't really have social media like that. Like I said, what did we have? Like Disney Channel and like
we had inspiration based on like television. Celebrities back then were more poppin' because it's like there was no influencers.
Yeah.
I feel like people are spending, I don't know, because I feel like now that influencers are a thing, a lot of people are buying more products because of them.
Yeah, it's free. Essentially, like brands aren't necessarily paying them, so
it's easier free to get to, like buy things. Because back then you would have to go on TV and watch an infomercial, or actually walk to the not walk, but go to the store, and find things. And now you could just search up white crop top, and there'll be thousands. I mean, that's cool, but it's just crazy to think how life was back then, and like people were happy back then still. Right. Like, but then also people were probably sad. And another thing I want to touch on is mental health now, because I did have a conversation with someone about how, like, the one thing about like, okay, like for the older generation, like, do they think that our generation is weak now because because back then they didn't have, it was looked down on to be in therapy, to talk about mental health, but now it's so all about it, which the good thing is like, yeah, some more awareness, more support, more help. But are we the generation that's a little more sensitive, or was the older generation sensitive but they didn't want to show it? But I do feel like because of social media, it has an effect on this generation's mental health, and maybe we are getting a little sensitive because of what we're looking at now. So it's kind of like,
I want to say this is a tough and touchy question, depending on who you grew up with, like what culture you grew up with, all that stuff. I don't want to say I don't want to call each generation like weaker or stronger.
Yeah.
It's just each generation is ignorant to like certain situations that people like, processes of the mind. I think back then like there wasn't a technology, there wasn't places to like, things to do, places to go, people to talk to. They just had their family, their work, and their problems. So like they navigated through that different. Doesn't mean that they're not sensitive or empathetic. It just means they lived in a completely different time than us, because now I think social media does play a big part, but it's just also the way our generation thinks, and how we process things, and how we've looked at our like childhood trauma, and like how we see our grandparents to our parents, and how things are connected, and like connecting the dots and trying to help our lives and be better. So I don't want to say our generation is weaker. Yeah, we are sensitive, everyone is sensitive, but like I think they were sensitive back then too. It doesn't mean like bad shit didn't happen, but like of course they would show it, but they just didn't know. They didn't even know that was that was like a thing to do.
They just dealt with it.
Exactly.
I think it's really interesting to view the different generations, like the way our grandparents treated our parents, the way our parents treated us, and then like to see what we're now going to be treating our kids, because there's such a difference culturally. Like everything is so different. Societies were so different back then. Like I feel like before, in the older generations, it was all about just getting the bag, putting food on the table.
Exactly.
Whereas now it's like people are starting to own businesses and like really become financially stable and be able to travel the world. And yeah, it's sad that like, you know, older generations maybe didn't get the opportunity. Especially we're coming from immigrants?
Yeah,
my parents aren't immigrants, but just
families.
saying like obviously there had to be some point in my family tree where someone had to migrate to the US. So they, shout out to them, but they had to go through the toughest time to have to like,
I can't even imagine what they had to go
here.
through.
They didn't imagine if they saw what we were getting to experience. I mean, they did that for us.
It's different. Yeah, I feel like with each generation, of course, what they experienced was hard, but that doesn't discredit what we're also going through. It's just a different age. So that good generation,
we're
just
of our adjusting to the environment and circumstances that this society,
the world, how it's going around.
And
back then,
crazy.
Our grandparents had to deal with like wars. And like just like all those we're still living in war, but different hardships were happening at that time. And then for us, our generation had to deal with a whole like pandemic, and so like we all went through a different type of trauma, but it's just we have access to so much stuff. It's kind of crazy. Like back then, like they couldn't communicate to someone that's so far away. Like we have the world in our hands, like at our disposal. So it's so easy to get in contact or just to do anything now. It's so, what is that word? Convenient. Back then, like they only had their world and it wasn't anything outside of it. So
and I just wonder what their form of like TikTok was. Like did they have something that could, you know, make them feel good? Like what kind of activities would they do? So
probably like a whole bunch of things.
Just like cool to think about. It's funny because now that I'm an adult, I like want to know history. Like I want to know about the Philippines and like where it all started. I want to know how humans became a thing on the earth. Like, I've been looking that shit up. Like,
I love that.
It's so interesting. But as a high schooler, I was like, I don't want to know this shit.
I don't need to know math for my job.
But history. I like history.
I should go. History is a touchy subject as well because there's a lot of things that weren't taught and they're kind of censored. That I now know because of college and now because of life, but there's just so many things that were held back that I wish were taught in high school, that I wish were taught in middle school. Like, not only history and what's important and what went down, but like things that matter, like okay, what are taxes, like what's health insurance, like
never gonna teach
what business, or like just like how the world works, or like even nutrition. Nutrition was not a thing. Okay, like
we can go in deep about how everything's a scam. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's just like it's for the rich to get richer and the poor to stay poor. We already know. I don't know if you guys want to have that conversation,
but like, now you know.
It's just like, there's a reason. I don't know, maybe it's not true, but I just feel like there's a reason why schools don't teach about owning a business. No, of course not everyone can do it, right? But it's just not something that's like brought to anyone's attention, because back then and even now it's like go to college, go to school to be nurse, doctor.
No, that system was put in place for a specific reason, and that is to create a working class.
A working class, exactly. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, to create a working class. The reason why we aren't taught those things.
What if everyone
we can surpass and like go on a route that we are not supposed to be on, quote unquote. That's why it's not taught. It's not taught.
Like, it's always taught to go to college and get a job.
Yeah, that's good. But there's other ways out there for you guys if you don't know that yet.
Yeah.
No, yeah. This world is a crazy place, but there are pros. There are pros to living in now, but before, being a kid was so fun.
I love that we got to experience childhood in that era of life. Like, for sure. I love the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. I freaking love those eras of time.
Music.
I love the music. I love the style.
The style's all coming back. That's why my mom keeps saying, she's like, oh, this is coming back. I'm like,
early
yes,
2000s. I don't know if 2010 style will ever come back.
I don't remember.
Remember the colored skinny jeans?
I cannot think of skinny jeans right now. It's too hot. I don't know why.
No, the style
when
we were in like middle school, high school, I don't think that will come back.
The I Heart boobies with the
like graphic tees, like skin. Everything was just skinny.
Everyone had the 3D glasses with no lens.
Tumblr.
Bow ties.
Did you have Tumblr?
Tumblr.
If y'all know. Like the Tumblr, Asian Tumblr.
Yeah, Tumblr. Some people had MySpace, but a lot of Hypebeast. Yeah.
Filipino pride was a thing.
Oh, it's still a thing, but it's just...
No, but back then when we were in middle school, I feel like the Filipino
Manny
jackets,
Pacquiao.
Pinoy pride. Everyone wanted to be like Filipino. Like,
yes, I remember that. Everyone had those jackets. I was always jealous of everyone.
You didn't have one?
No, I never got one.
Have one.
My family's assimilated.
That is so funny.
I've never had a jacket. I've always wanted one. We'd always go to the flea market. Y'all remember that indoor like flea market that used to
next
be
to Seafood City?
Yeah, now it's Planet Fitness.
It's Planet. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, now it's Planet Fitness. But I used to go in there and buy like the fake gauges. I don't know if you guys remember this, but they would sell like these gauges, right? And I honestly wanted to see what it would look like, so I would buy one that's like a circle. I don't know what number it was, but I just remember me and my brother would be like, yo, we can get fake gauges. Let's just see what mom and dad would say.
What's that place called? Palenque? No. Palenque was Seafood City.
Yeah.
There was another thing. My cousin said she bought her prom dress there.
I love that. That was
now you can go buy your nice prom dress from Windsor or like
something.
A nice dress, but good old days. I honestly appreciate it so much, and I'm
grateful.
Channel that person again. Like, another thing is like when you're in line to get food, why don't you just observe and look around and not feel shy that you have to like put your head down or not look at, like, don't be weird and look at people in the eyes, but like just be observant. Like, that's something that really came to mind when you were talking about that. Just like we're easily when nothing's going on, phone.
Like, you try to find it, like, oh, nothing's happening. Okay, I'm going to
phone. Why can't you just be? Just be. I remember I used to wake up as a kid, and instead of going on my phone, I would just lay there. I don't know what I would think about, but I remember just laying there.
Just look at the wall and count the dots.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm awake now. What's on today's agenda?
Aww.
The Dollar Tree? Oh my God, let's go. Yeah, it used to be just so much more simple back then. I think that everyone would feel that about their past. But yeah, I hope one day, like, in the future, when we rewatch this, we'll be like, wow, we were so young back then. Like, look at us.
Oh my God, and life's going to be so different.
So different in the future, yeah.
In 10 years.
But, like, you know, when we were younger, like, we didn't know this was going to...
Yeah, I didn't know, like, TikTok, or... I think when I was younger, I liked to make videos even back then, but now I'm doing this, and it's like, she would have been so shook. Like, you have a podcast? Like, people are listening to you? I didn't know what a podcast was back then.
Me neither. I just knew about PBS and Teletubbies and like all the innocent stuff. Like I feel like nowadays like kids aren't, they're getting exposed to so many things like where's the innocence anymore? You know, I feel so bad.
Yeah, and I hear like, oh, like I don't want to make my kid an iPad kid, but then I see the parents, and maybe when the time comes, maybe we're gonna be like attempted to give him the iPad, because I know that it shuts the kid up for a bit and like gives you some time to breathe.
I'm gonna give my kid a coloring book.
But give him a time limit. A time limit would be good.
You're gonna get a Barbie and a coloring book.
Barbie.
I'm gonna get you a little register, a little fake phone.
The McDonald's register.
I'm gonna get you something.
Toys R Us.
Toys
Not
R
a thing,
Us.
but that was a fun time.
I mean, they still sell toys, but
Yeah.
it's just different now. Did you ever have, sorry, like going off tangent, but did you ever have like a play kitchen?
Yes.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Not a kitchen, but like I had the food.
Yeah, I had like,
and, like
little
the utensils.
Good times.
Well, comment down below or let us know what your favorite childhood memory was. What year were you born, and what do you miss
What do you miss?
back in the day before technology took over?
Yeah, and like your lives just took over. Like
Not to downplay the
Yeah.
generation now, and
No,
like
yeah.
I appreciate what technology has given us, and
Yes.
excited to see what else it has in store.
Yeah.
But
And I'm excited for what's in store for us.
Yes.
Even though we go through it, but you know, we'll be good.
I also want to say, like, we want to have guests on the podcast.
Oh, yes, that's
too.
another thing.
So we're trying to work that out. If you'd like to be a guest,
Let us know.
I don't know.
If you want to give us
I don't know if we'll let just
little
anybody
2
be a
cents,
guest, but yeah,
right.
no. Well, we're definitely wanting to and plan to have more people. We're just trying to work it out. You know, we only have 2 mics. I don't know if
We only got 1, 2.
we have this
not a
room
third.
here, so we'll figure it out. And yeah, we're excited.
We're excited.
Thanks for tuning in,
Thank you.
guys.
Oh, we're very grateful. Like, we didn't know we would get this feedback. Like, a lot of people like it. People are actually listening, like real people. So we're really thankful for your support. Again, YouTube. Follow our YouTube. Watch our videos. Comment down below, subscribe, like, and then you already know we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, every Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Don't miss out.
Don't miss out. We're already on episode, what number is this? I forgot.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Wow.
Wow, we're losing track already. Get with it. If you're new here, get with it. Binge watch it.
And then let us know what else you guys want us to talk about. We're having so much fun, and we love you guys so much. So tune in to the next episode. This is Serena May.
This is California. And you're watching Disney Channel. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.